What's going on, crime fighters, and welcome back to another episode of the Film Cave Live, episode number 17.
Crazy.
Golly, yeah, that's goddamn. But welcome, guys. It's your boy Knight.
What's up, everybody? Logan Swish over here.
And like I said, this is the Film Cave, your one-stop shop to any and all goddamn things film and entertainment. Man,
A little bit of extra, man. This is a good one. This is a fun one. I think that we're in kind of an in-between week, but also not. We got some things to discuss, some good shit. I'm very, very excited. While you put the glasses on,
right?
Let's get it going.
Bifocals on, you know that's what happens when you're old. Get ready for it, people. But yeah, man, we got a pretty stacked show. I don't want to say stacked, but it's pretty good.
It's a good one.
Pretty good. Yeah, not so bad, if you were to say. So, we thank you guys for joining us on this latest episode, and those of you watching on playback, we appreciate you taking the time to come chill out with your boys and have a little fun. You know, and so how it works. So as you all know, we like to sit here and bullshit talk all damn day, but we also like to get you guys involved. So there will be a dedicated segment towards the end of the show for you guys to join us here live on the show to ask whatever questions you'd like based on the topics we have on hand, or something you might have missed, or something in general, you know, you just want to bring up or say within the film world. So just in case, for now, we're not there yet, but we will. We're slowly climbing to keep things fair to those who want to come in. If there's ever a waiting line, to keep it fair to them, you will come on, you will ask your question, give your thoughts on that question, and then we will kindly, with love, remove you and answer your question to the best of our ability so we can keep the flow going. And there will be a link sent to the live chat, so be on the lookout for that. I will announce when we are dropping it for you to join us. I'm a little high too, but I'll fix that later. Not high, just high in the camera. I just want to get that.
I'm low, so you're high. We're just a little off.
Yeah, we're just a little off. That's all right. I'll come down a little bit. So that portion of the show will be dedicated to you guys, and we'll also dedicate about a good 15, 20 minutes or so at the end of the show just to shoot shit with y'all, talk in the comments, stuff like that. So, I say we get to it, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So, for those of you who don't know, me and Logan are a bunch of fucking nerds. We love... First of all, I have to calm that down. My grandmother watches this. Apparently, I have to stop cursing so much.
Yeah.
So
I get the same comments from my family when it comes to like my live streams and my videos. So
she said, "I've been watching your program, but you gotta stop cursing so much, baby."
Oh man, that's
especially
funny.
that MF. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
okay, then got it. So if you're watching this, then I love you. I'll work on my cursing.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
But yeah, it's hilarious. She surprised the hell out of me with that. Me and I can't even speak now. Me and Logan, a couple of film nerds, and we can sit here and talk about this all day. There are other things we like to nerd out about, but sometimes film still rears its ugly, sometimes mostly beautiful head back into the conversation. So, in what kind of fashion, Logan?
What is it?
God damn it.
Man.
Every time. How do you not know this by now?
Traditionary.
There you go. In traditionary fashion, sir. Do you have anything to lead us out there in the world while I fix my height issue?
I do have a couple things. The first thing is literally like a couple minutes before we started, maybe half an hour before we started, apparently during the USC Gonzaga game in the NCAA tournament, one of the refs collapsed and
nice.
Not good. So I just wanted to give our, let's send some good vibes that direction. Cause I don't know what's going on there, but a little rough there. But then my thing for out there in the world, still film related, but my good sir,
Hmm.
it is Godzilla versus Kong week.
Yes, it is.
And you are seeing that motherfucker. Oh, I mean, sorry, that thing.
Sorry, Nana.
But you're seeing that thing in theaters. How excited are you? Are you seeing it tomorrow?
Negative. I'm seeing it Saturday.
Saturday. Okay,
yes.
good deal.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. This caught my eye, and it's pretty fucking hilarious.
What do you call a YouTuber that is a werewolf? Oh,
Well, thank you. Right.
If you're not subscribed, Nick, we got a problem.
Right. I hope with that entrance and that joke, you need to be, because that's
Right.
pretty great.
Right.
But thank you. Man.
A little excited?
I'm hella excited. But so I didn't look at reviews or anything like that. I want to stay away from it. Apparently it's, really good, great, the best in the series, yada yada yada, all that good shit. Cool. What annoys me, but makes me worry. Oh, Kong is the heart of the story.
Well, you might want to read some reviews because they explain what they mean by that.
Okay, I don't want to further. I just saw that and I was like, this is bullshit. Because if the wrong mother wins, I'm walking out. It's bullshit. But we will see. That had me a little worried. But I'm very, very excited. Bro, I just want to get the biggest thing of fucking popcorn and the largest thing. I don't know if I want a slushie yet, or a soda, or a spiked slushie. Get a slushie and bring a little personal and spike that. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one, but I am going to just be comatose in that bitch. Just basking in all of it. I cannot wait. You're seeing it too, no?
Yeah, I'm seeing it tomorrow. Very, very excited. It's one of those things where I had the opportunity to get sent a link to see it last week, but I'm not watching that thing on my computer screen. Not happening.
Yeah, no.
I'm not watching it on my 65-inch 4K TV either. No, I'm seeing that thing in IMAX. Day one. I'm hearing that the CGI is unbelievably good, which makes total sense because they've had plenty of time to work on it with COVID and whatnot. So, but I'm hearing it's amazing. And then, they're saying, don't go in for a great story. Go in there because you're watching these two titans battle.
Right.
Because that's also the thing too. It's under 2 hours. The movie is, which
I know that
I do hate that a little bit, but
I hate it a lot.
They were talking. I mean, they're saying that the pacing is just insane. It's so fast. So that sounds great to me. And
but that means it's gonna be over just like that, and I want more. I don't want it to be.
Well, yeah, but you just watched again. So I don't know. I'm really excited for it. Actually, I think that the actual battles are going to be freaking awesome.
Yes, I said the same thing when he said that.
What happened? I missed it.
That, Bruce. I'll put it up. I was like, oh, excuse me.
Okay. A 65-inch 4K TV is like $450. So
listen, that's $450. That's just like, damn.
I mean,
I want that TV. Shit.
It's go ahead. They got
great. If you want to send it to me, it's completely fine.
I mean,
nothing like that. You just send it on over.
Shipping would be $100 for something that big, but I mean, it's not a brag. I want a bigger TV.
Right.
It's not OLED or anything. It's just a.
All right. So, guys, and also I forgot to plug it before we move on to our next topic. If you're watching, if you're new, like Sir Nick just did, hit that subscribe button. That's the best, easiest, and cheapest way to support the channel is to hit that subscribe button, as well as that thumbs up, which really helps the channel reach a lot more people, as well as this video, and hit that notification bell so you can see our lovely faces whenever we upload a video. And we go live every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're watching this on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow. I'm not big enough for subscribes yet, I don't think. Probably not. But anyway, follow in the meantime.
There you go.
There you go. All right. So, I got a little bit of NBA news. Some NBA. Shit's getting real, man. Shit's getting real.
Is it?
It is. And I love it. It's absolutely great. The Nets, motherfucker. If y'all don't win a ring now, with all this,
That's correct.
it,
That's correct.
like sweet Christmas, and I'm happy because I'm here in New York.
I know.
I'm a Nets fan. I'm great. I'm here for it. Sadly, my Warriors cannot meet them in the West like I want them to, but whatever. But we're pretty fucking stacked. We just got LaMarcus fucking Aldridge. Now, it's not saying a lot. He's not washed by any means.
No.
But he's not.
He's not in his prime.
Player,
but,
right.
But he's a fantastic player. I mean, definitely somebody you want. I would prefer him over Andre Drummond, if I do say so myself.
I do say so. Yeah,
that's okay.
I do say that. Excuse me. But and then of course Lakers got Drummond, which good for y'all. But Nets are stacked, brother. This is looking sexy, and of course everybody's like, KD's this and then. Shut up, get off the dick and shut up. So stupid. But anyway,
just quit hitting your desk. You're echoing
sorry.
through the whole thing. Jeez.
Sorry, my bad. Anywho, what do you think? What are your thoughts on it and everything? And talk to me.
I mean, no, this is they're stacked to pieces, the Nets are obviously that team that if you're getting bought out, that's where people are immediately going. That's why I don't. Do you listen or watch JJ Redick's podcast on YouTube?
No, didn't even.
Okay. So he has one. I like listening because he brings on just NBA guys and they kind of just shoot the shit, and it's cool to just hear NBA guys talk. But he lives in Brooklyn. That's where he's always resided, and they were kind of talking about because he was with the Pelicans, and there was rumors that they might do a buyout with him, and he'll go straight to fucking Brooklyn.
That's what I saw.
Take the lowest amount of money possible because he gets to live at home. I mean,
right.
Of course he would want to do that. I would love to do that. And it's like, okay, well, Brooklyn's also the best team imaginable, so that's pretty lucky too. But and then they ended up just trading him to the Mavericks, and I was like, damn, I feel bad. I feel bad for him on that. But
that's pretty dumb.
I'm interested to hear him talk about it because he's kind of I don't even know if a podcast came out this week because all of a sudden it's like, oh, I have to up and move to a different state and all that jazz. So that's getting traded is a pretty big thing. But yeah, I mean, the Nets are stacked. If they don't win a ring, I'll be very surprised. I mean, I don't know how they don't because the Nets were a good team before all this,
really
before Kyrie and KD came. They were a pretty good team.
Before they came?
What? You didn't think they were good? They were making the playoffs.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, no, they weren't a championship team, but they were making the playoffs. That's better than a lot of other teams can say. But
true.
Yeah, I mean, no, this is it's a stacked team. It's cool. It's cool to see, what the league is going to do.
Mm.
But these are going to be interesting playoffs because I would suspect they won't lose a game at least until the finals. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It could be.
I don't know if they're going to sweep the whole way. That's pretty crazy.
I mean, I don't know how. I mean, all right.
Sweep the whole way?
I mean,
shit, the Warriors didn't even do that shit.
Well, yeah, the Warriors almost lost to KD. And then he went there.
Right. So I don't know. It's tough. Again, I don't care. As long as LeBron comes back healthy, all of them come back healthy, so he can come and we can send his ass home and everyone can cry.
Bruce, I would not go.
That'd be great. Okay. Bruce is starting already.
The Sixers are not.
Already you're starting. Good Lord, sir. But yeah, so they're stacked as hell. Their bench is deep as hell now. Thank God, because with that Harden trade, I'm glad they did all this because with the Harden trade, we lost a lot of fucking depth. But thankfully, we're starting to rebuild. That would have been amazing if we got Redick. Holy hell.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, that's just shooting galore.
Correct.
From the starting to the bench, just everything. Just beautiful. Blake Griffin is getting his legs back as much as he can.
Dunking all over the place.
Right. Now this motherfucker's just on the trampolines all of a sudden. I'm like, good God. I'm like, okay, sir. Now LaMarcus, he's going to come out and just start waking up like, oh, where'd this come from?
Yeah.
He spaces out the floor a lot more. He can shoot. So I'm just like, what? I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to absolutely love it. I'm not going to open up the floor to all this KD shit and LeBron shit and all this because it's just going to frustrate me. But a later time, we can open that up because this is people are stupid. But anywho, anything else you want to add to that good stuff?
I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Are you good with like the Drummond trade to Lakers? Do you feel like that's going to add anything to them, or is it just going to be more of the same?
Well, thankfully, it wasn't a trade. They just added him. So because no, I mean, if they had given up anybody for him, no. But I mean, it definitely adds depth massively. I think in the sense of I would guess now, Montrezl Harrell will be on the bench. He won't start anymore.
You think he'll sub over? You think Drummond will start?
Drummond at 4 or 5, AD at 4 or 5. I mean, Kuz, LeBron, and whoever they want, whether it's KCP or somebody to start. I mean, Montrezl Harrell was 6th man of the year last year, so he's used to coming off the bench. He obviously doesn't want to. I wouldn't want to, but all of a sudden having a guy that's been starting the whole year go to the bench and he will bring a ton of, depth and power to the bench. I think it's possible. Or I mean, shit. They did say Drummond wasn't going to sign somewhere that he wasn't going to start. So I know he's in the starting lineup. But okay.
Well, that man is 13 rebounds for his fucking like career.
Yeah, what Bruce is saying right there though, Drummond can't shoot a free throw to save his life.
Oh, that's it.
I mean, it's like I definitely think he's overrated. But if they look at him, which I think AD and LeBron can look him straight in the eyes and say, you are the rebounder and you are the defender. And then you set screens for us. That's all you're doing. And he's like, let's win a fucking title. That it could happen. It could work. But looking at those three guys, I just don't see it work. I don't see it working that well. But we'll find out. I mean, obviously, I haven't watched Drummond play a second of this year because he's been on the Cavs. So I didn't.
And that's why I think he's getting the attention he is. Yeah. Well, the overhype because he's on the Cavs. There's not a lot to choose from. Yeah. To be like, hey, spotlight. So I think that's why. But I don't know. He's what, 28? He's still. Like I don't know. We'll see. Maybe LeBron can push him to ways he's never.
Correct. Yeah. He looked happy as hell to be in LA, though. He would not stop smiling. He looked goofy as all out.
I think he'll be smiling anywhere he went, as long as he wasn't in fucking Cleveland. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
He'd be smiling anywhere. Go, man, I'm so excited. Meanwhile, he's playing for like fucking Hornets or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just think that's just that. But what else? All right. So the sequel to one of my favorite MCU films, one of my favorite comic book films of all time, that'd be Thor 4, added another A-list to the cast in Sir Russell Crowe, which I'm sure they wanted to keep under wraps, but he decided to take the whole cast out to like a game or some shit and started posting pics, and everyone's like, oh, well, hey, guess what? Yeah. So he is in Thor 4. We have no idea what or who he's playing. So obviously this will be a quick segment. We don't have much to go off of, but how do you feel about the casting? Are you happy? Because I know you loved Thor Ragnarok so much, and this keeps going. This keeps growing and growing.
Should have won Best Picture.
Runner up.
I mean, when it comes to Russell Crowe, I think I don't think he'll be any sort of substantial role whatsoever. I'm honestly guessing he's going to be in the theater scene.
Right. And Jeff Goldblum's black. Back too, not black. But
He's not black.
He's not black. Well,
but
that one's black. I don't know. Could be.
But yeah, I think he could be. I think he could be in the theater scene. I saw somebody say, "What if he's playing like Thanos in the theater scene?"
Oh,
and I was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" So because I mean, it'd be funny to have some sort of cameo from all these people. The only thing that sucks is I want them as like badass MCU villains or whatever. So you waste Matt Damon. You waste Matt Damon, and I'm like, as a just a random Asgardian, it's like, okay,
well, we don't know the lengths and the significance of their cameos.
If Matt Damon becomes something, I will never watch another MCU movie in my fucking life. Because that's not story. If he's just a random ass Guardian, if all of a sudden they're like, shit, it's Matt Damon, let's give that guy powers. Doesn't work. Not at all.
Doesn't work. You just said to waste all these characters.
No, that's what I mean. Is that they're casting them as Asgardian 1, 2, and 7.
You don't know that. Mean, we don't know that.
Okay, Matt Damon was cast as Asgardian number 3. That's my point. So he can no longer be, fucking Nova or something, which would have been pretty cool.
Pretty cool. But never say never, okay? Have you learned nothing from Justin Bieber?
I will say never on that. But no, I do honestly hope that Russell Crowe's in the theater scene because it also just but the only thing is that I think they finished filming that scene.
Now he wants a theater scene, people. You see this? I cannot with you, okay?
I want it because I want it to be funny and then move on. Instead of having fucking A-list cameos throughout. Like the story isn't special. If you just need, hey, somebody just popped up. No, throw them all into one thing because Melissa McCarthy's in it too. It's like whatever.
Wait,
so, yeah, she's hella.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So
that's interesting. I forgot.
So I mean, what if Russell plays Beta Ray Bill? No, they wouldn't be casting that right now.
Well, he could have already been cast. They just announced it. I keep telling you, they do that shit. A motherfucker will be cast for like months on end, and then down the road they're like, "Hey, such and such joins the cast of."
Also, Beta Ray Bill was on the plaque thing in Sakaar.
He was.
So
champions, yes.
Right. So which then means he had to lose at some point and get murdered, probably by the Hulk.
Or he just got beat the hell up, just knocked out.
You're supposed to get killed, but yes.
That's right.
I'm interested to see. It's one of those things which we've said this before, but good actors coming into a movie can never be a bad thing. So interested to see, but I would guess it's just a very short cameo because he's an Australian and they're like, hey, you don't have to, we don't need you to quarantine for 2 weeks. You're already here. Come film a day.
Oh, great. So getting great actors can never be a bad thing. So Cate Blanchett was amazing as Hela, right?
No. I mean, because that's the thing is you can most definitely do a bad job, but when they're cast, it's like, hey, it's quality. But yes, that's correct. I was more so thinking of what's her name, Helen Mirren, coming into that one movie. What was it?
Oh, Shazam.
Yes,
and it's that one movie.
Yeah,
Shazam 2. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to say Fast and Furious because
she's already in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's the movie sucked, but we're gonna go ahead and
you're the only one.
Yeah.
Anywho, let's see. He could play Kingpin. That would be interesting, but misplaced
in Thor 4.
What am I doing on Asgard? This is Wall Street.
Yeah, Thor just walks up and punches him straight through his chest and murders him.
Right.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Okay. So, all right, last bit for it. And this is something that neither of us have seen. But apparently, the Saw franchise, is continuing with a very interesting take and cast, which I'm not mad at. And they just released a new trailer today. I have not seen it. Logan has not seen it.
Correct.
So I was like, hey, let's do a little watch long here. Hopefully it doesn't end up fucking us in the long run, but that's what happens when you're live. Right, folks? So let me pull it up here. Get it going for y'all. Application window. Chrome tab. Nothing. We got the spiral.
Application window.
Right. The old black Southern woman.
Okay, is this going to be all jumpy?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right, we'll find out.
All right. We're finding out like they are. All right. Let's go.
This package just came in.
Oops, so far, so good. Wait a minute. Hold on. Get everybody out of here. Go ahead, Chris Rock. Oh, Twisted's still around?
Play me.
Okay. Oh,
We've upgraded to...
call back to BVS.
Sorry.
Oh, Pig's back.
Oh,
God.
Jigsaw?
Wait, I thought the Jigsaw Killer was dead.
He is.
Okay. Acknowledged.
Find him.
Oh, excuse me.
Not days.
How can I catch this guy?
Producer.
If there's nobody on the force, I can trust.
You can't do this alone.
Whoever did this has another motive, something personal.
When was the last time you saw your
There
father?
he is.
do they think his dad is Jigsaw?
That's what I was kind of hinting at. Oh, hey.
Jigsaw copycat.
This is gonna go sideways fast.
Interesting.
All available
Is
units.
that Kendrick?
It sounded like Kendrick.
That was just a diversion to get us out of the precinct. I need everyone on this case. It could be anywhere. It could be anyone. We're gonna tear this city apart.
Oh,
Oh, that's a callback.
right. Goddamn IGN.
Hello, Detective Banks. When was the last time you saw your father?
Oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
wowzers.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
yeah, first thing I got to say is Chris Rock being serious didn't 100% work for me on that.
No.
But that's okay.
Okay, I was gonna say that. That was one of my things. Chris Rock trying to be serious. All I hear and all I see is just a comedy special.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're everyone trying to get out the precinct. Like I just like a comedy setup. I was like, I'm not getting
Starts
this.
doing that net.
Right. And then the hands and all of that. We gotta catch Jigsaw. I'm like, I just can't. Like it's. But I'm not gonna rule him out. You're gonna end up being good and doing all that. Cool. Great. I don't like the new Jigsaw voice thingy, whatever that was, whoever that was. I don't know. It looks interesting. I guess. What do we think in the chat here? I don't know.
I to be perfectly honest, as in any movie can make good trailers,
Right.
and the fact that we've had two somewhat interesting trailers tells me this movie probably isn't going to be that good. I didn't see anything that really jumps out at me necessarily. It looks like a horror mystery type of movie, which it doesn't have to be related to Saw at all. It might actually have done better if it wasn't related to Saw at all, because I haven't seen a Saw since, it's been 10 years since I sat down and watched a Saw, because they're terrible.
They should have stopped after 3 when Jigsaw died.
So,
but pay money.
Yeah, and that's the thing. What I really see here, especially, I didn't realize that Chris Rock was an executive producer, but this is a massive paycheck for him, and I'm guessing Sam Jackson as well.
Of course.
So
listen, Sam Jackson, you can't go wrong with Sam Jackson.
I
He
mean,
makes things better.
it's smart to put them in it. It
Right.
most definitely is. So we'll just I don't know. I'm glad I didn't make a video on that.
Right. Oh, this is funny. And I kind of agree with the voice. Absolutely. Sounds like a killer from Pretty Little Liars. Yes. It
Oh,
sounds
great.
like some. I just didn't like it. Just bring whatever. I don't know.
It'll be all right.
We'll see. Right. All right. We got some main topics for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. If you made it this far during live and or playback, thank you so much. It means a lot. And if you are new, hit that subscribe button, if you will. It means so much and helps up the channel out a lot. Also, I completely forgot. We can make this a little quick and plug. Today was the season opener premiere of First Class League. So those of you who do not know what that is a branch off to the movie Trivia Schmodown. It's where they take all those who have not been picked up in the draft, who creating their own league. So think of like the AEW to WWE. It's kind of essentially like that. And today they had their season opener with two pretty great damn matches. Congratulations to the winners. Won't spoil it. I'll have you go and watch that on your own. But the reason I bring this up is because yours truly is involved in the league itself. And I'm here to kick some major ass with no kind of mercy. But as a quick season opener, it's the first episode, so not everything was perfect. There's opportunities. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Like, they don't have the questions down at the bottom for viewers to read. They did like for once, and then it was never seen again. The chemistry needs to be worked on, a little bit more. They'll gel more between the host, Brad and Stacy, just so they'll catch their flow, and that'll take time, obviously. There's no hype music playing in the background, which sucks. You're just sitting there watching people in silence while they figure things out and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay. But hopefully these are all things that they'll notice, they can fix going along, because everything else was great. But of course, opportunities make things better, not how great you are. So, but it was really good. I look forward to doing this. So far, there are no threats, but we will see. There's plenty to go until my match comes up, so we will see. But yeah, so those, make sure you go check that out. I'll leave the link in the description box. They go live every Tuesday, just like us. I believe it's going to be around the same time, which is at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to check it out. I'll put the link to their Twitch down below. And they only go live on Twitch, which is interesting. But hey,
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Twitch has a lot of lag issues, and that definitely showed. I don't know if that was other people's internet or just a combination of it all. But I was like, oh, that's lagging a lot. But anyhow. All right. I think which topic should we do? Well, let's go here first. Let's cover Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah.
That dropped. That dropped, and boy, oh fucking boy. This was a great episode. It had so many messages, undertones, and just so many things packed into one. And I'm mad at myself because one of the most important and crucial things I did not catch in the moment of the episode, only after, was, a reveal, a meeting of one of the most important characters in fucking Marvel Comics, given their backstory, history, and what they stand for, and just relevance to today. And I loved how they worked that in. But yeah, so we finally saw Bucky and Falcon finally came together. We got a little more backstory on John Walker, the new Captain America, that bastard. We got introduced to the Flag Smashers on a lot more, personal level. And I guess she's their leader, and Kari or Carly, whatever her name is. Yeah. Carly. And then, of course, we find out that we're going to meet Zemo in the next episode. And we've met someone from Bucky's past. There wasn't a lot to unravel in this episode, brother. Lead the way. What do you want to hear your thoughts first? What did you think about it?
I mean, this
Break it down.
episode,
How-
this episode was phenomenal. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved every second of it. To be honest,
Mhm.
maybe it slowed down when you're randomly following the Flag Smashers like go to like their beds or whatever, like where they're hiding out. And I was like, okay, this is kind of whatever. But seeing Bucky and Falcon together, the chemistry immediately
Yeah.
hit so well. I couldn't even believe how good it
The
was.
big three.
The big three. The part that like absolutely killed me, and I've watched the episode with multiple other people now. I've watched the episode like 5 times, and I watched it with multiple other people for their first viewing. And one of the parts that made me die laughing was when they get to that opening and they get to the little area where the Flag Smashers are, and Bucky's like, "I'm gonna go ahead," and he goes ahead, and the White Panther line is funny because he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
it
you're
is.
sneaking around," and he's like,
White Panther.
"Yeah," and he's like, "All right, hey, I made it up here. It's not the easiest thing, but it's definitely doable." And then Sam's right there, and Bucky's like, "Hello, how are you?" And he's like, "Good. What I miss? Nothing." Like, it is just like for some reason that hello, how are you? Like you're not gonna act like you just poofed right here, like you
Right.
motherfucker, like. And for some that just
That
killed
was
me.
funny because Bucky was like,
Yeah,
"What?"
he's like, yeah. But then immediately, I liked what we got with John Walker because it made him, I started to feel for him, and then I still end up not liking him by the end of this
Right,
episode
the
for sure.
douche.
But the scene that, when it comes to Sebastian Stan fucking killing it
Oh, bro.
was that therapy scene there at the end when they are going from like it's so real in the sense of there is humor involved in traumatic events, in depressed people, whatever it may be. That is a way to get out of it.
Coping mechanism, man.
Yeah, and so he's trying to be funny, and he's like, "Oh, let's stare at each other." Like, yeah, this is awesome. Well, thanks, Doc. This is my favorite. Whatever.
What you wanted, right?
And then oh my god, I was dying laughing. But that part where all of a sudden he just goes serious.
Yeah.
And you immediately are like, "Oh my god!" Like it is totally, it's beautiful because Steve always was on his side. This assassin, he always felt like he was worth saving. He's worth all of this, whatever. And he's like, if he was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me.
Bro.
And like you can just see and hear in his voice that he's terrified of that being true, because if that's true, then he probably would rather just be dead.
Yeah. That line hit me so hard, dude. And then just watching
so
Falcon take that in with the music playing in the background, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, it was so damn good, especially after the Isaiah Bradley scene where he's like, "Oh, you think you can just decide who you want to be?" It's like doesn't work like that, and so I think that scared the shit out of Bucky even
like
more.
Right.
Yeah, and goddamn, man, it was such a good scene. All of that. So this episode definitely my favorite episode so far. We only had 2, but yeah, but my favorite of the 2. But what stood out to you? What was your shit?
Like I said, definitely that. Like I said, that scene hit me. Like minute he hit that and his voice crackled a little bit, I was like, "Oh!" I was like, "Okay." I was like, "All right, that's my chest." That, but definitely, the Isaiah scene on up until the end with the cops was phenomenal, because the minute he walked up and was like looking for Isaiah, I was like, "Isaiah." I was like, why do I know that name? But it just didn't get me on the reaction. I'm like, "Who the fuck is Isaiah?" Yeah, just finding out like the difference. Like we were both fucking super soldiers. Like I was like the first, like Captain America, until everyone else died when the experiments. I was the only one left. I became a hero. Y'all became what y'all did, but the same thing. But they threw my ass in jail. Like it was like, damn, like.
So they could sit there and do experiments on him and shit.
Right, to give it to other people who end up being Steve and all this other stuff like that.
Well,
it's just like
Steve is before him, I thought.
No, he was the first.
They met in 51, I thought.
Yeah, that's when he went to kick his ass.
Okay.
But he had the serum way before that, because it was governmental through like the Tuskegee times and all that, where him and like 300 I could be exaggerating on the number. 300 were black.
Yeah.
People were tested on that, but he was the only one to survive from that.
Right.
And then from there, he, we know the story from there. But yeah, and it's to know that nobody knew about him. Steve didn't even know. Bucky kept a secret because they grew a bond over time, and that would have been crazy because, like I said, there's a black super soldier that nobody knew about, and like, what the hell?
I loved Sam's reaction to that, because you could almost like in Anthony Mackie's performance, you could like when he's like, "You're telling me there was a black super soldier that nobody knew about," like you could almost feel in his performance that he's like, "Do you know how badly I needed that as a kid?"
Right.
Like what you felt with like Black Panther and all that. Like he's like, "Do you have any idea what that would have done for me?"
Right.
And so I really, really appreciated that whole scene. And
but even Bucky's answer was the real shit too. It's like, he's been through enough, because if they would have found that shit out,
what would they have done?
Like,
they would have forced his ass to come out and start doing shit, and he would have been. He's done. He's tired. He's exhausted.
Just worse. And it's like, because of the issues of like race and things like that, and you already saw the difference and what they did for him for being a soldier already. Like, threw his ass in jail for doing the right thing, even though he continues. So it's just like, fuck. Then the cops came, and the whole message that they did with Falcon, and like just automatically just defending Bucky. Is like, yo, is he bothering you? Like, what the fuck? He's like, do you know who this is?
Yeah.
No, what are you talking about?
I know. I love how Bucky was like literally, because it's sad to say, but I've been in that situation. Like, I grew up, I was the only white friend. And so, we're walking around being idiots, probably as kids, whatever. And we get stopped by the cops, and it's like, what are you doing with them? And I'm like,
if you're held against your will.
And I'm sitting there like, I want everything about me. I want to be like them. Like, they're like, they're older than me or whatever. And like, I look up to these guys, and he's like, what are you running around with them for? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, he's my next door neighbor. And it's like, oh, okay, whatever, man. Like, and so it's weird to see like it is always been, and it's everywhere. And I love that Bucky's like, you have any fucking clue? Like, I wish that Bucky would have just started beating the fuck out of him, and like then they would have arrested his ass. Like man, fuck you. Like, shut up.
Oh, I didn't notice you without the goggles. Bitch, I'm not Superman. I still look the same.
What are you talking about?
You know my name.
Yeah.
Right.
My name is Sam Wilson. You've seen me. I was just in a press conference, with the Shield.
Right.
That was 2 days ago.
I just gave him the fucking Smithsonian. Like, here, it's me. Right.
Oh man.
Right. So just like, it just shows like that
they don't care.
Doesn't matter.
They're not looking at you. They're looking at color. That's it.
Right.
And it was really well done. And because also those fucking cops, as soon as it's like, oh shit, so sorry. Like, you're a black person I'm supposed to be respectful to. It's like, no, fuck you.
Right.
Like, you deserve to get your ass beat. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then turns out Bucky gets arrested.
I know, yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. And then it surprised me. I didn't think we was gonna get the truck scene so soon. I thought that was later in the season.
Yeah.
Which was a really cool fight scene. Didn't expect Captain America to pop up either.
No, they hid that well.
They did hide that well.
Just because you have the shield does not make you Captain America. Fuck you.
And I loved the reluctancy when on the fight when he threw it and Bucky caught it and he had to get back to him.
He's like, fuck you.
Right.
One other part that made me die fucking laughing for some reason, it just hit me so right, was when, first of all, when they're walking and they pull up in the car and John Walker's like, well, that was tough, and like tries to get him in and they just keep walking. That's hilarious. But then the part that made me die laughing was, he's just looking at these two guys. They're like, these are chumps. Like, who the fuck are y'all? And then what's his name? Lamar. When he's like, I'm Battlestar, and he's like, oh, Battlestar?
It's like, Battlestar?
Stop the car! Like, he's like, this is ridiculous. He's like,
this is stupid.
Yeah, he's like, at least we earned our nicknames, whether good or bad. It's like, this is Falcon, I'm Winter Soldier. And it's like, who are you? Like, you're just Battlestar? Like, no, I'm leaving.
Because he was fucking useless. Like, he just got in the way that whole fight. I'm like, bruh, don't come in if you're gonna keep getting your ass kicked. Where you at, John? Oh, where you at? Oh, what? Go home.
Yeah, when they're fighting super soldiers, and guess what? Neither of them can
quits.
hang.
Nope.
They cannot hang whatsoever. I loved how John Walker was like, that was a mistake. And she's like, okay, let me Spartan kick you off this shit.
Right.
Like,
Let me
bye.
show you. Hold on.
Yeah.
God,
It was a mistake to climb back on top of this trailer.
Which I think that's going to be a good setup, because I think somewhere down the line, he's going to get like, because he's an all-American. I just do what's right. I got to do it. I don't stop. Da, da, da. And he's way in over his head right now. I think he's going to take some kind of shit, or Brick will get curious and something's going to end up, he's going to do a complete turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's going to get to him. Like, I'm surrounded by all these, super beings and Avengers.
Yeah. And
I'm just sitting there getting my ass kicked, because he's going to end up fighting. We've seen behind the scenes footage. Going one-on-one with the Flag Smashers some point at night in some street.
Yeah.
And doesn't look too great for him. So we'll see. I don't know. He could do a turn. But they tried to give us the warm up to this guy, and then at the end, stay the hell out of my way. I will punch a hole in your face.
I will tell you right now, it was so funny, because the first time when I watched it, like, if you go watch my reaction, when he says that, I was like, okay, cool. Like, oh, you're badass. And then he turns around and walks away, and he's got that fucking shield on his back.
Right.
My blood started boiling. Like, I'm sitting there going, like, oh, that's right. You took this fucking shield, you piece of shit. Like, and they do. So they're doing it very well. Because I fucking hate him, even though he really hasn't done too much bad shit. Like, he's just trying to
he's had douchey moments.
But like, he's a soldier. Like, he's like, and it. Of course, over the weekend, I rewatched Cap 1 and Avengers 1, because I'm like, man, I miss my boy. And so, like, it made me think of the guy that Tommy Lee Jones, like the general, was like, this guy's the obvious choice. And then the scientist guy's like, yeah, except he's an asshole, basically. Right. And it's like, that's only going to get worse. And it's like, that is what happens with John Walker. He's a soldier that gets handed, basically he's starting to flex too. He's getting Bucky out, like, oh no, his treatment's done. Like, I need him. And it's fuck you.
Right.
But I don't want to speculate too much, but I did learn some things in terms of comics that is interesting. It kind of excites me.
Yourself.
What?
Keep it to yourself.
Well, no, but the other thing. So I wasn't going to talk about that, because I think that's less likely. But what you were just saying is kind of intriguing. Is the sense of, what if he is looking at all these super soldiers, and he's like, I'm so unequipped. He's doing his job, and he finds them and finds wherever the serum is, and he gives it to himself.
Right. But some shit wrong.
And either no, I don't think that. I just think that, all of a sudden we have a really bad, very equipped super soldier, and he becomes, U.S. agent, and then, because at some point Sam gets the shield. I don't know when that is. Right. But.
I think the Flag Smashers fuck him up. I think either that or he just straight up dies.
I said that in myself. I was like, it is quite possible that they just fucking murder him, because he's not equipped. He's not ready. And when in my video, it was so funny, because I was like, they're on the train, they're on the trucks, and I was like, they could both die right here. And then he throws his shield away and gets back up, and I said, he could die right now. Like, she could literally murder him. And, of course, he gets saved basically by that car. But it's like, no, she could have just killed him. If she absolutely wanted to, she could have, put him in a chokehold and just snapped his neck. There goes your pretend Captain America.
Right.
That's what you get for giving somebody the shield that isn't equipped to have the job. So I'm very interested to see where we're going. Zemo is going to be interesting for sure, because they're obviously going to somewhat be working together.
Right. I thought it was Zemo that sent Carly that threatening message, but I'm like, oh, I guess
it's apparently whoever showed up at the end with the making them take the plane off, and that guy sacrificed himself. Whoever that group was is like the power brokers or something, and that's who. So I don't know. We'll have to see where they're going with that. But that's what's so nice, is this episode was so damn good when it comes to Bucky and Sam together.
Yeah.
And we're also just getting started. Like, we have a full 4 hours to go. Like, fuck yes.
Oh,
Like,
they go
oh
by
my
so fast. I want
I,
them
they
to be
they really
longer.
do. They really do.
I want to
So
be longer. But speaking of fast, before we move on, I want to ask you this. I felt, even though the episode was amazing,
yep.
I feel like the uniting of Sam and Bucky happened really damn fast. Like there
Yeah.
was no. I was like, wait, we're here now. Wait, what's
Mhm.
going on? Like I felt it happened really fast. Like
Yep.
no build up, no connection, just like, hey, boom. I was like, oh
Yep.
shit. Oh, okay, we're here. Got it. And I remember I kept saying it through my reaction. I was like, this feels. I guess I just expected more. Like we're just here already. But did you feel the same, or no, or just me?
I mean, it definitely does happen fast. I will tell you, you're just correct. What I will say that I kind of like about it is, and Bucky plays it this way, but I liked it that all of a sudden he's like, I don't trust your judgment. Like whatever you're doing, I'm going with you because Steve believed in you, and I need to make sure that you're not a freaking idiot. And that's what the part that I was like, this is weird. Like it felt weird. And then Sam was like, well, Red Wing scoped them out, and I think that they're here. And he's like, well, I don't trust Red Wing. And it's like, he's like, well, I don't care. And he's like, well, I'm coming with you then. And he's like, no. And so, and it's like, it's a robot.
Go like Gandalf now.
It's that was so funny, by the way. But it's a robot bird with cameras. Like it's correct. Whatever it saw is right. And he's like, no, I don't trust him. And but I do think also kind of a white privilege thing, to be honest.
Red Wing.
Yes, but it did feel like a white privilege type of thing of looking at, oh, this black guy just made a mistake. Now I need to go oversee him. Is kind of what it felt like for a little bit, and that's why Sam's like, I'm not going to let you tell me about my rights. Yeah. Like, and so I dug that
overextended life and tell me about my rights.
Yeah, and so I will admit I was not expecting Bucky to be walking up in that scene. We just got there. Like he was, because even just that shot of him sitting on the floor watching Good Morning America, and like he's just heartbroken and like also furious. Right. And I was like, damn, that was powerful. And then all of a sudden he's like walking up like, hey, why'd you do that? And it's like, oh, here he is. He's right. He just sprung into action apparently. But right. I do agree with you. It's pretty quick.
Sword. All right. Let us know, guys, what you think of the episode in the comments sections below. If you're watching it in the playback, I see a few of you in the chat talking about it. But let us know how you felt about the episode. We'll be in another comment section, so we'll definitely join the conversation. Let us know what you think. All right. So, quite possibly one of my favorite castings now happened not too long ago, featuring the also smooth, badass, to me, my favorite fucking Bond. So, Pierce Brosnan has been cast to fill out Black Adam as Dr. Fate. And I am excited as hell for this. Bruh, when I literally read this on Twitter, I literally screamed and jumped up. I was so happy as hell. Like, I love Pierce Brosnan. I don't think anybody knows. I love Pierce Brosnan. And he just gets better with age and more badass with age. Keep going. Now he's playing Dr. Fate? Come on. What? That smooth, sexy, suave, Bond-ass bastard's about to be floating in the sky casting spells and shit, man. Take my money and take it now. This cast is rounding out to be pretty damn awesome, man. And I love the direction that they're going. I love them going for a lesser-known route and introducing, the Justice Society. Yeah. It's insane. What do you think about it? How do you feel?
So I'll be honest. I don't know the character of Dr. Fate basically at all. From what I understand, he's some sort of he's like a wizard or something. But like,
yes,
he's like very wise, and so that excites me. And then also like, I'm guessing you saw Boss Logic's, and oh my god, because Boss Logic actually, like him and his team were hired for all that, like, so that's what his costume will look like and shit. Like, so I'm like, holy shit, he looks incredible.
Yes, he does.
And so, yeah, I mean, overall, this is one of those aspects I didn't want to say it earlier, but you bring in talented people into your cast, it's something to get excited about.
Yes,
because this is, and also, like, I love hearing The Rock talk about this movie because he like actually cares about the script, which is nice. And I think that Pierce Brosnan, obviously, he got a fat check, I would say. But but I don't think he would sign on if it wasn't a cool role and a good script. So I'm definitely excited, and just the look of Dr. Fate, man, I can't wait to see it.
He's DC's Doctor Strange.
Yeah. So I'm so down.
Oh, absolutely. And we now have a new release date. Was it July 22nd, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Let me see.
Where he basically shut down Times Square for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. What's up? So I guess you could have seen The Rock.
I could have, not The Rock, but what he did was he took all the displays in Times Square, like all the screens and shit.
Wasn't he the one filming? He was standing there, wasn't he? Doing the filming with his phone?
No, what are you talking about?
With all the screens?
No, it was just a promo. So all it was all the screens in Times Square went black. And then the Black Adam Thunderbolt started coming out on all of them. Then it had the Black Adam logo. And then you hear a voiceover from what he already did for like the DC reveal. Like, well, it's a higher anarchy. We put everything on notice. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And then it showed the release date. And that was it.
Correct.
Right. So just like, but I was like, that might have been frightening for like people just
walking.
Not a lot of people in Times Square, but everything goes black. But then you hear this loud ass voice across the whole Times Square, fucking 6 blocks or so, of this loud ass voice. Let everyone be put on notice. The higher anarchy is like, what the fuck?
Is this the purge? Yeah.
What is happening? But though dope, I'm sure petrifying in the moment. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we have a new cast announcement, a new date. The Rock promoting it all over Instagram and going over, hey, I'm reading the script now. I'm going over my final notes with my Terramana and all that shit. So I'm so excited for this film. Extremely excited for this film.
Yeah.
It's only gonna be good things, and at least I have a feeling that it is. And you just have a lot of charisma in that fucking cast, man, and just great characters. So I'm excited.
And when it comes, this movie's been trying to be made for so long, and but that makes me feel like the script is going to be similar to like the first Deadpool for me, which is the script was basically done for Deadpool 6 years before it came out, and all they were doing was perfecting it. And that's kind of where this movie's been. Yeah. So the quality and, the script has been looked over plenty of times to where I would guess that this movie's going to be pretty damn awesome. I really do think that. So
because his involvement was announced back in 2014?
My God, forever ago. Because he had the choice to be Shazam or Black Adam.
Right.
And, thank God he picked Black Adam. But yeah, I mean, my God, that was so damn long ago. And I remember that was like a big thing. He's like, hey, I've decided to be Black Adam. And it's like, holy shit. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'll see you guys in 8 years. It's like, wait, what?
Right. So
like, God,
just sucks. I will not be able to see him go toe to toe with Ben or Henry, which sucks.
Yeah.
But what else? That would have been great. That would have been real great because we did that and called out all the superheroes. Batman, Superman. I was like, well, don't know about them anymore. But everybody else, cool. Why not?
2014, he was cast as Black Adam.
2014, So that's insane. All right. So speaking of, we can make this quick. What'll be interesting to talk about? I'm sure we'll stir up some chat, some chatter in the chat. So there was a little movie that didn't cause any kind of waves or sparkle or nothing. Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League. It dropped. It happened. Boom. But whatever you want to call it, fucking movement demands want, desire, whatever the hell. Keeps on going. So Restore the Snyderverse has officially become the biggest hashtag in all of life, surpassing Avengers Endgame and all the good shit. It is now on top of streaming services for HBO Max and streaming and all the good shit with over 2.2 million, and the hashtag was over 1 million. So, this obviously, some shit is working. Obviously. People are loving it. It's happening. Boom, boom, boom. Do we feel, and leave this to the chat. Shut up. Leave this to the chat. Anything else, put your bias away.
No bias whatsoever here. No bias at all.
He's a biased goddamn liar. And fine.
I think that it's stupid to talk about this, to be honest. But
well, you're stupid. All right.
Okay.
So
thank you.
Everyone said this about the goddamn Snyder Cut. And it happened. If it's pushing keeps getting the demand, do we feel a turnaround? Even if it's not WB, do we feel that there's a possibility that it keeps going down this road, keep doing benchmarks and
Keep
hashtags
crying.
and demand and all that?
We keep demanding.
How is it crying? Because
It is
you're part of the
literally-
people of the tweet that I sent the other goddamn day.
No, exactly.
You're
I
the problem.
almost commented, but I
I
wanted
know,
to
and I was
save it
hoping
for
you did
this.
too. I want to cut your
Because
ass out.
this shit is
Just do that.
ridiculous. All these people are fucking crybabies. They are spoiled brats who walk into the grocery store and demand a toy from their parents and don't get off the floor crying until they fucking get what they want. That's not how it works. That's how a corporation loses money. That is why we love The Last Jedi and why we hate The Rise of Skywalker. Because The Last Jedi was a director that said, I'm going to give the audience exactly what they don't think they want. I'm going to go the opposite direction.
Right.
And then The Rise of Skywalker is that studio going, oh shit, some people were pissed about that. A small number compared to something like the Snyderverse. And they followed what they thought the audience wanted, and they ruined a fucking franchise, a saga of movies, the greatest of all time, for the most part. So the Snyderverse thing, WB gave y'all exactly what they said they would do. We are going to give you the movie that you missed out on. We are not going to continue it. Be happy with this. Watch this forever, because apparently Zack Snyder is your Jesus fucking Christ. And go ahead, get out of here. I mean, why do you think we've gotten a new release date for Black Adam and a new Suicide Squad trailer? They want to get past this.
Yeah.
And those two movies, I can guarantee you, will be better than the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Guaranteed. So I don't see why this is such a big deal, but this is the problem. I don't know why it's also such a surprise that hashtag beat anything to do with Avengers Endgame, because Avengers Endgame didn't have some movement behind it. You know, the fact that it took that long to beat Avengers Endgame when all it was a phenomenal movie that people were just like, hey, I went and saw this. This was awesome. There was no movement behind it or anything like that. So
well, it was after to get it to be Avatar, but yeah.
What was the hashtag?
Oh, I'm not saying a hashtag movement. There was a movement, but
that's my point is that the one hashtag beat the hashtag of Avengers Endgame. That's supposed to be a story. I don't understand why that's a story. But this is something, I mean, you can continue to talk about it, but I'm done. Like when it comes to it being on the Film Cave, you can take me off the screen. You can talk to your people about it, but I think that this is fucking ridiculous. I thought the movie was subpar. I thought the movie was better than what we got because it was an actual movie. It wasn't forced into production 3 months before it came out and had a 2-minute or 2-hour fucking time limit. So obviously it was better. It was not a masterpiece. It was subpar at best. And I think it has a ton of problems. And no, I don't care about the Snyderverse. And quote me on it, please. Thank you.
Didn't you say you'd be open to seeing it if it was another director was Fine
Correct.
though.
But
Same continuous thing.
But I don't call that the Snyderverse. I consider the Snyder Cut of Justice League canon. I think everybody does, because that's the actual movie that we were supposed to get.
Yeah.
But I don't think Zack Snyder owns any of this. I think this is DC. I think if DC was smart, they would try to fix what Snyder fucked up with Darkseid and continue it and make bigger movies in a couple years. But they're not. They're terrified, and they're going to leave it because Zack Snyder has now fucked up Darkseid in live action for at minimum 10 years before we can get him again. They have to reboot it. So, I mean,
damn, fucked him up.
Yeah, he showed up to Earth and got his ass kicked and then forgot where Earth was. It's ridiculous. It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. He's supposed to be the scariest guy on the planet. Like,
he was young and cocky, I guess.
And that's the thing. Did you not see the meme of somebody making fun of people that were like, "Oh, he's young. That wasn't actually Darkseid yet. That was whatever the name with the U is starts with,
Uxis,
and all that." And like, it's like, no, that's called that's called a bad script and a bad story. It doesn't make any sense. But you needed to do it.
It's a stretch for sure. I was like, yeah, you couldn't remember that, but I understand what they're trying to go for. But I'm like, it doesn't work.
Whatever. Period. So I think there's plenty of stuff they could fix because
maybe it was blood loss. Who knows?
Because I like somewhat of the direction that they were going. If we could somehow get to that nightmare scene, awesome. And the fact that we're not sucks. But
that's shit I want to get to. If you want to restore that, sure.
Right, and that's the other thing that sucks is like Ben is not coming back.
Yeah, he's not.
That's when
shits if he's not in it.
I'm still 100%. If they wanted to go animation, I would be fucking down. The reason why is because I've never watched a DC animated movie, and I don't have to watch Snyder Cut if I don't want to.
Wait, you never watched a DC animated movie?
Never in my life.
What?
I know I need to. I've got to watch Mask of the Phantasm. But
Christmas.
But yeah, but that's the thing is I can look at it and people go, hey, it's okay, and I'm like, okay, I'll just not watch it. But when it comes to live action stuff, I have to watch it because I feel like as a fan, I need to like stand up for this and like let me just give it a chance. And but yeah, I do think that WB would be smart to continue some of it. I don't think that Snyder needs to be involved, but I think he laid out a groundwork to go and then add your own shit and literally just keep a slight groundwork. But we'll have to see because I don't know like what the fuck is going to happen with like Wonder Woman 3, because if it's Wonder Woman 84, if it's a sequel to 84, I got a problem with it. You know, I mean they're missing out on certain things because we have two different Wonder Women played by the same person. We have Snyder's Wonder Woman, and then we have Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman, and that's why they're in two different time periods by 30 years, and she's supposed to be that much different. It's just like, oh god, like pick one and go, because that's the thing is if they just continued with Snyder's, at least it would be coherent,
right?
But
I'm not gonna lie, I like Snyder's better than Patty's just because she's a lot more badass and just
correct.
But that's just me.
No, I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
and I think that that's most people.
Right.
So we'll just have to see because I don't.
Patty's
know.
like for the power of love.
It's
like, I want to put the sword through your mouth.
Right. It's what like Superman. What I want Superman to be is what she made like Wonder Woman. And I'm like, okay, fine, but like make it good, and then you didn't make it good.
Right.
And because I still really like the first Wonder Woman movie, but 84 is a drop.
Yeah,
for sure.
It hurt for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Let us know what you guys think. You guys putting up some interesting chats through here regarding that. We shall see. Who knows? Maybe HBO Max will be like, let's keep it going, or they'll just keep fuck all. I don't care either way. I'm for both sides. Keep it going, cool. Stop it, cool. But we'll see. Happened once. As Logan says, will the crying prevail, or
No.
Will it be dead? Because he's an ass. But all right, y'all. So we had, speaking of going in different directions, as one says, we had a brand new trailer, and it's fucking awesome. The Suicide Squad dropped the official trailer to James Gunn's horribly gorgeous, brilliant mind. I loved this. Love the tone. I love how weird it is. I love how quirky it is. Everybody is completely just bringing their A game. Dear God, at this point, I just love Margot Robbie. Like, beyond belief. Her Harley Quinn is ridiculous. This woman, like, just the opening scene, you want to save me? I can go back inside. How do you want to do it?
Fantastic.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So crazy.
Woman, yes, I love it. John Cena is a riot. Oh my God. Like, see, John Cena is the corny that works for me. Most times.
Sure.
He's the only one that can do that can pull off a fucking dick line like that.
Correct.
It's hilarious and work. King Shark looks like he's gonna steal the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Sylvester Shark. No mind.
Amazing. The hand thing is the funniest shit in the whole thing, and it's
I kind of don't like that he's dumb, but
right. But also, it's fucking hilarious, man.
It is.
Like it really is. Because
I'm like, oh my God.
Right. So I do like the dynamic, but what like.
And then we get Starro. Like, what the fuck?
I know, and I don't know enough about. I don't know Starro very well.
Oh, he's
but
like intergalactic badass. Where
but I love.
I think they're going. Oh.
I love what James Gunn was saying, because he was like, I was terrified of Starro as a kid.
Right.
And and he just looks like a pink and blue starfish. So it's like, what are you going to give us to, like, obviously you're giving us that interpretation. And Polka Dot Man, we're getting Polka Dot Man.
Right. He looks great.
And he does. Like, what in the world? And like what Bruce said with Cena is a horrible actor. Correct. Yes. And that's why he's perfect for this role.
Great. Right.
He's like him and Batista both.
He's so bad, he's great.
Drax and Peacemaker are very similar in their delivery.
Yeah.
And they don't, like, sarcasm doesn't work for them, basically. And
if I had to eat every dick for liberty.
For liberty? Yeah, it's like, whoa, Jesus.
Probably.
And but I will admit, I don't think this trailer is like the most amazing thing. Like, I still think Mortal Kombat and Godzilla vs. Kong have
Mortal Kombat still the best trailer of the year.
Both of those trailers are better than this. Yeah. I will agree. But this trailer is fantastic. I mean, it looks like a blast.
Yep.
And the R-ratedness, I didn't realize how much I would like that. I think I'm going to enjoy it. But just little lines like whenever hand, and he's like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
It's like that is what someone would say. Yeah. Like, it actually is what someone would say. And so that's when having an R rating, you don't have to go over the top all the time. But
cussing you don't, but gore you better.
Right. But it's, if you just say, hey, we're going R rated, allowing cussing into a script just as people really do speak, it immerses me more. Like, all of a sudden I'm like, that's what I would say, or what somebody, they'd be like, oh shit. Like, if something crazy is happening, that's what somebody says. And so I appreciate that. 'Cause even to the, something like in the Snyder Cut, like the fucks that we got, I was like, that's pretty real. Yeah. Like, so I appreciated that. It wasn't just like, let me just throw a fuck in here. And no, it was like, they meant something.
Fucking kill you.
And oh God, it was good as fuck.
Still love it.
So yeah, I think this trailer looks really fun. And yeah, I definitely think we're going to see a lot of them die in this movie. It's going to be so funny.
About half of them going out, like Rooker, Davison, Weasel, Fillion,
gone,
yellow and blue dude, the pink girl.
Correct.
And all
Javelin.
God.
That's the guy.
Yeah, Javelin.
Because Harley Quinn's got his javelin throughout the whole trailer. She's carrying his javelin around.
Oh, that's what that is? Okay.
I think
That's what
so.
I was like, is that the spear of destiny or some shit? Like, what is happening?
So I'm pretty sure it's his javelin, which obviously, I mean, that immediately tells you, which I'm happy about that because
He's
that
gone.
actor annoys the fuck out of me. But yeah, no, I mean, I do think like because also remember Taika's in this. Is Taika
Yeah.
Starro?
That would be great, but people are saying that he's the original rat catcher, that he's her dad that we see. But
Okay.
that'd be amazing if he's Starro. I'll take it.
Sure.
But I think he's the original rat catcher, though.
She's Hispanic. So I guess he could do an
He
accent.
can pull off but yeah, you can pull it off. Listen,
I just think his
he a weird color. We don't know where he is. That's what they gonna say. He can play anything. He's that weird olive. He can do whatever. He can do whatever.
He's dark, but not real dark. So like
right.
we can just pick and choose. He could be white.
You just say he's Hispanic. There you go. That's yeah. But yeah, I think it looks great. It's obviously James Gunn was perfect to
Correct.
take this shit on.
Yeah.
That's just a given. Everybody looks great. But if talk about people who are dying, that sucks. Because Jai Courtney is seen once and never again. Well, towards the end, I lied. So I don't think he's dying. I think that, well, at least not early. Because he's even on the scene where Harley has her new suit. They're in the jungle blowing shit up. He's there too. So maybe he doesn't die early.
Okay, that's a good point. Because so my original thought was because also so in that wide shot where it says the crazy mind, beautiful mind, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that whole team is dying.
Oh, absolutely.
Except for Rick Flag, because Rick Flag's in it. He's the leader. And I think that it's
out too.
Right. And I think that it's possible that he leads a team of Suicide Squad to the island. He's the only one that makes it back. And they got to get a new team. And that's why all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, we got to get these new guys together because all these motherfuckers just died. I don't know. But I'd be interested to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, I don't think so because remember, Harley has the new suit. She's not in the new suit in that lineup.
Well, but that's correct. She would also probably be a part of that team and make it out. So what if that's like the beginning
get
of
kidnapped again or something?
I mean, shit, I don't know.
No.
But it's weird because if that's not the case, what is this mission that because they're like obviously most of them don't mix screen time. You know, like there's a whole wide shot of them meeting up and none of the team that got character posters.
Well,
so
I know, the bad guy is the general dude we saw. He's like the main thing. It's like taking down them, like this whole army and shit like that. So I know that. And then, of course, I guess Starro would be like out of nowhere. Because it's hard to pick. Oh, sorry. Hard to depict where in the trailer the acts are. Yeah. So it's tough. Like the whole thing with Starro looks like it's about midway, maybe, but there's other scenes that make it look like in the back. So I don't know because just going by characters would look like and suits and things like that, it's hard to gauge. Yeah. But we'll see.
I like the uncertainty because it's exactly what I want. I want to go into this movie not knowing anything, even though I'm trying to know everything. That means you did a good job with your marketing and with your direction. So surprise the fuck out of me, James Gunn, because I'm down for all that.
Right. And per usual, his music selection for the trailer was awesome.
James Fantastic. Yeah, music. He really is.
All right. So we're going to get into our main topic of the night, or our main headline of the night. Something very, very, very surprising. So
surprising is the best word for this.
Yeah. So it's something that let me put this in the chat too to get you guys ready for the live questions. Let's see. I also didn't make a banner for that, so I'm doing both. Let's see. All right, cool. Well, I spelled that right. If not, I'm stupid. All right, so a little show premiered, the first 3 episodes actually. And holy hell, when I tell you, I haven't been taken back like this by first episode in a while, like in a very long time. And that's Invincible. Holy sweet Baby Jesus. And guys, the link has been posted in the chat now. I had no idea what the hell Invincible was prior to this at all.
Nope.
No idea it was a comic strip. Had no idea that it was Robert Kirkman. Nothing. But it came on and everybody and the mother's talking about it. So I'm like, what the hell is Invincible? So I'm like, you know what? Fine. Let me check it out. I think I saw a trailer a while back, completely forgot.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Let me check this out. Watch it. Cool animation, cool story. The voice cast is phenomenal.
So good.
The action's great. The way they film stuff is new, inventive, cool. Then that last damn scene happens. What the hell did I just like? It completely took me so back. What the shit? I was like, okay, we're here now. Got it. Wow. So, and for some reason, I don't know where I got this. I thought this was about a gay superhero too. I don't know why. But I went into it, I was like, oh, and he's supposed to be gay, right? Da, 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 da. Clearly I was wrong, or maybe just the gayness hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
But I thought he was a gay superhero, but
I don't know if I've heard that, but
I might have mixed it up with something else. I don't know, but I thought it was. Yeah, Lai, this is definitely spoilers, brother. Or Lee,
Yes.
Lai, however you pronounce it. I'm sorry. This is definitely spoilers, brother. But yeah, so what did you think overall? Let me know your thoughts.
No, okay, so I'm right there with you. It was basically like the people online that I saw talking about it were like JVS, like kept talking about it, and I was like,
Right.
what the fuck is this Invincible thing?
Right.
And it was supposed to drop Friday, the first 3 episodes, and Thursday night they fucking dropped all 3 of them, and it was like already like 9 o'clock my time when I saw that. And so I was like, God dang it. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to watch the first episode. What a fucking mistake that was. Because I had to then try to go to sleep after the ending of that first. I was like, oh, wow. They definitely released the first 3 because you're supposed to want to watch all 3 right now.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, overall, though, first episode's definitely my favorite episode. I would probably say first is the best, second, middle, third could have not done with. But I think that they did that on purpose because I'm guessing 4th episode probably gives us a lot of new shit or, some reveals or something. So that's how they keep us interested. But when it comes to that finale, like the build up to it was nice because I'm sitting there. I'm like, it's a father and son story. It's a coming of age story. Mm-hmm. Superheroes, obviously, kind of R-rated, which I appreciate. Like when you all of a sudden have language that just feels real, I appreciate that. So it's cool that they, allow that. And then all of a sudden the end scene happens, and I was just like, what the fuck are they doing with this show? What does it mean? And it was fucking awesome.
And that's apparently one of the things about the comics. So comics is apparently unbelievably brutal.
Fantastic.
Right. So that means I have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah. I was going through it. Is a fucking psycho.
He's awesome. Yeah.
Oh my God. J.K. Simmons is great as him. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Stephen Yeun does a great job.
The whole cast is so damn good. It works so because even to the point of like obviously we had Seth Rogen as that one alien that came down. Great cameo. But then but the guy that plays Rexplode, I don't know how to say his last.
Rexplode. Which one was?
That's the boyfriend that was fucking the duplicate.
Yeah.
He's the douchebag.
He was annoying as hell.
He's annoying as fuck. And the guy that they cast as him is so perfect. He's from
TikTok, Mr. Wick. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's
but yeah, he's absolutely perfect. He's such a douche, and so it works so well. But yeah, Sandra Oh is so good. I mean, it's weird. You don't expect like, oh, I needed that so much. Like,
right.
They killed that, and it's just a voice part. But yeah, it just works. It's so real, and yeah. So I mean,
Mark Hamill. I was like,
so
good
good.
Lord. Yeah, it was. And you can tell half the cast was like from The Walking Dead and were the Guardians. I was like, here, we'll get you for a day. You're gonna die immediately, so it's fine. Just come and get your voice, because everybody was the whole thing that was Walking Dead was all of them are just dead. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess that was their favor for Robert.
Correct.
But I'm surprised no Andrew Lincoln, though, to be honest with you. It was like everybody but him.
I mean, I'm guessing we'll have multiple seasons of this show, so we've got plenty of time to get.
Yeah, this show's definitely being renewed.
Oh my god.
Right.
Because that's the thing too, is I've never seen a show like that. I mean, it's an animated show on Amazon Prime. I've never watched anything on Amazon Prime. I've never watched The Boys. I just don't care about it. I've watched some clips of it. Sweet Jesus. And I don't think I could last watching 60 minutes of that show. I just feel like it looks like shit.
What?
And most people I talk to, they're like, yeah, it's the first season was good and then it falls off. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, listen, I need you to get new friends, because these people you hang with, clearly, I don't know if they have a hidden drug problem. I don't know if there's something. Stay away and free yourself.
Yeah, no,
I
don't care. I want to say I watched the first episode or whatever, where like that girl like tries to become part of the team, and then one of the team like sexually takes advantage of her, and I was like, I'm so out. I'm so done with this fucking show. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm surprised, because now I'm literally like so glad I have Amazon Prime. I'm watching this animated show and it's the shit. And so I bet Amazon is jumping all over this. I mean, there's no way they're not. And to be honest, I mean, I feel like they already were jumping all over it with the voice cast that they got. They have to be paying these people well. So I think they actually knew what they had, which is awesome. So overall, I mean,
beats and
it's amazing. It's incredible. So I definitely think, I'm guessing that this season's going to deliver some awesome shit. I don't even know how many episodes there are. So I mean, fuck. I hope it's like at least 12 or something.
A good chunk, right?
Yeah. So
don't rob us.
We'll have to see. But overall, man, I definitely dug, especially that first episode, and then when he goes to that other dimension. It decides to just like, I'm going to also fuck these people up to pieces. Bro. Like as soon as it's like, okay, nobody can see, let me just absolutely go ape shit.
He destroyed them.
He destroyed a whole planet.
Demolished.
So
I was like, dear God, he's insane.
Right. And then he comes back and he's like, that was a long day. And it's like,
right.
What the fuck, man? Like anyway.
Yeah, it's insane. Now I love with Clancy Brown's character, with the demon detective and him sniffing around, and Walter Goggins. I forget the dude's name, but the leader of all the heroes and all that. He's a dick, but
Cecil.
He's cool. Yeah, Cecil. There you go. Yeah, I just love where the story is going, and it touches on so much.
It really does. The only questions that I really have so far is like trying to build the world out. I think that we're going to get these questions answered, but so Omni-Man and also Invincible, but they're an alien race. And he was talking about, you come to age, you have these powers, you come to age, and you go to a planet and take care of that planet. Earth already has superheroes and like powers. Like I'm trying to figure that out in the sense of like, because at first I was like, are all these people aliens? And then it's like, oh no, they're just normal people. Like, because Omni-Man ends up saying, like I came here and the Guardians of the Globe were like my mentors, like so they were already a thing,
right?
So it's like I'm almost like, why would he choose this planet to take care of unless maybe he wants to fucking murder everyone? I don't know.
It's like an extinctionary like race where they just come and lay dominance in the world, and it's like, oh, these beings. I gotta say, taking these bastards out, it can only be us and stuff like. Who knows? Sure. Because that man just snaps in and out. He even did it with his wife and shit. Like, you questioning me? I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. I know. So and once again, J.K. Simmons is perfection.
Yeah, he's great.
For this role. I mean, it's so good. So I cannot
coincidence Omni-Man looks like J. Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
At all.
I'm very, very excited to see where this takes us, because it seems badass for sure.
Right. All right, guys. So we have a few people waiting right now in the waiting room to jump on with us live. I'm going to put the link in there again. So those of you watching, do not be shy. It's been 17 weeks now. Come
I
in,
know.
show your face, talk,
Say
hang
what's
out with
up.
us. Let's see if we have any questions on Twitter as well. But yeah, so we have a couple of you guys waiting now. We're gonna, as we talk to them, hopefully more of you guys come. So if you just came into the chat, and in the live stream, I'll go over the rules again for those of you just coming in. What we will do, I'll post the link in the chat, which I have. It is there for your use. We will invite you on. You'll ask your question. You will give your quick thoughts on the question. And then we will kindly, with love, remove you from the live session and we will answer your question to the best of our abilities. Now, if you try to be cute and go on a little further than the natural question and thoughts, I will, with love, of course, be like, hey, bruh, you gotta go. It's unfair to those who are waiting. Want to make sure everybody gets their turn. All right. So I think we should bring in our first guest.
Let's do it. I'm excited for some good questions.
Yes, sir. All right. Sir Ronan, are you ready? I see you over there. Are you ready? Okay. He says, bring it on. All right.
Where are you from?
Don't judge me, damn it. Go with it. And J. King will get to you, obviously, after Sir Ronan. Sir Ronan!
What's up, muchachos?
What
What do you
up?
do, brother? How's it
All
going?
right. So the question I've been thinking about is, do you
Question.
think that with the hype going about now with the Suicide Squad trailer and that we are getting a Peacemaker TV show, do you think this can lead to James Gunn will go back and finish the Guardians trilogy and his stuff with the Guardians? You think he will come back and somehow start some shows revolving around Task Force X and not just rely on a movie coming out every few years? Because I think there's potential with just this idea of getting B, C, D-list villains and just putting them, for a week, let them see trying to go take down something or not, and then get it all backfired and whatnot. Because they were going to do that with the Dark Tower movie. If the movie worked, they were going to do a movie, a show, a TV show season, and then a movie again. Do you guys think that format thing will play out with the future of the Suicide Squad?
Is that your thoughts you want to give into it? I want to make sure you get your word. Is that what you feel on it?
That's the question. And my thoughts is holy. Can I swear or is it PG-13?
Yes.
Okay. Holy
What?
shit. That trailer was awesome. I have my damn t-shirt that I
saw that, yeah.
This is real. Guys, I have my collection here that I've been like, there's no way
There
you're
you
telling me you're getting literally moments vibes from the book to the trailer. And I cannot wait for this damn movie. That poster, that first poster that came out like a few days ago before he was announced, I'm like, that is Inglourious Bastards meets the DC universe, and I
So
love it.
good. Yeah,
That's a perfect way to put that.
it is.
All right, brother. Ronan.
Great question as well.
Right. That was an amazing question. That might be your best one so far.
Yeah.
Keep them
All right, man.
coming, brother. But again,
Appreciate
thank
you,
you.
guys.
Always a pleasure. Hopefully we see you next week. Stick around, all right?
Yeah.
Take care, guys. Thanks.
see you.
All right, brother.
So that's an interesting question.
That's a good
Because
damn question.
I'm almost thinking I don't know if we'll do movie show. I could see it happening because I definitely think similar to what Disney Plus is doing, and I'll also think HBO Max is doing. They need to sell their streaming services, so they're going to put good shit, important shit on their streaming services. But the thought that I just had is like what I thought his question was going to is it possible that James Gunn becomes the Kevin Feige-ish person? After Guardians 3, he comes over to DC and tries to lay some shit out for maybe just Suicide Squad characters. I don't know, because to be honest, I think that he wants to make smaller movies again. But
and smaller characters. I don't think it'll be great, and I can definitely see it. It all depends on Pacemaker or Peacemaker. I said Pacemaker. Peacemaker, obviously. How well that does. Right. He can come back and handle the characters that he had hands on, like Suicide Squad, he wants to do that, or B-list characters, and do shows of that nature.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think you have to have somebody more grand to kind of take over and who can handle all of that if you want to do like a Kevin Feige. To me, I'm still like, listen, bro. I don't know what the man has plans. He can still do his own little thing. But I still think you throw all the fucking money you have at Nolan to shape out your shit. Yeah, I'm serious. Because that way he'll know who to delegate, who to bring on. Like, okay, yeah, this person would be great. This is already working. Keep them. If we need to tweak it, we will. He knows what to do and how to build that universe to do it. And he can go all kind of directions for it. And just point the finger, do this, and produce and do that, and still make his shit.
Yeah.
That's what I think, honestly, DC should fucking do. If not, find somebody else who can greatly do it, who has a hands, who has a great track record, to shape this and make it work. But for terms of the question, I think he can definitely come back and do shows for characters that he put a stamp on, and for much smaller characters and TV shows.
I could definitely see him wanting to do a Ratcatcher 2 show, at some point. I mean,
go about the origins with Taika or
George
or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
So I definitely think that's true. My question on the Nolan thing, because I'm with you, obviously. Do you think that, because I would love if they just came in and said, hey, Nolan is Feige. He's not directing anything.
Right.
He's just laying it out and like producing. I would fucking love that. And
125 billion %.
And literally just give him, $2-3 million for every movie, just that he kind of laid out. Like even in terms of like, he could be like what Spielberg does for like a bunch of movies, like, oh, executive producer.
But
Spielberg
actually
is
involved.
It's like, yeah, Spielberg doesn't do shit. Right. He could just lay it out and then be like, oh, that movie comes out 15 years from now. I'm not going to talk to y'all for a long time, but like, yeah, I'm telling you exactly what to do. Like, here, let me just lay out this long story. I could see it working. And yeah, pay him whatever the fuck he wants.
Absolutely.
Because good God. Because also,
that'd be beautiful.
Even though I shouldn't want to bring this back up, but talk about somebody who respects Zack Snyder as a person and as a storyteller. He kind of, I feel like he would go in a direction of like, let's take them grounded, let's take them serious and make it work. But it's, it's Nolan. The stories will be better told, I would say. Right. But he actually, like, I don't think that he would make Wonder Woman 84 or Birds of Prey for that matter.
Not at all. 10 times better.
Right. So I mean, I love that idea for sure. And I mean, yeah, if James Gunn wants to come in and start doing amazing shows for all these characters, great. I do think it's a little overconfident to have this Peacemaker show. Basically, it's almost done filming, I think. And we haven't seen, we just saw the first couple seconds of this character.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on the success of that.
Right. Because
honestly,
I mean, he better stand out.
Yeah.
Because if he's just kind of I won't watch that show. Period. Right. I mean, I don't have a reason to. So that's where, yeah. I mean, get me used to these characters, make me fall in love with them, and then give me a show for it.
Right. All right, J. King, you ready? All right, the thumbs up. And welcome to the cave. J. King, what's going on, brother?
What's on, guys?
What are you doing? Thanks for being patient. Right. What's going on, brother? So what you got for us?
Well, first off, I just want to say I definitely agree with that whole Nolan idea about bringing him in as an executive producer to lay out your shit right, so that way you don't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Absolutely, yes, Nolan. If you're watching this, I know you are. Jump on it.
I know, big on the film cam.
Right.
Yeah, but my question is actually on Invincible, because I saw the episodes on Thursday. I caught all three of them right before Falcon Winter Soldier came up. Now, I've heard of the character. I never read the comics. I'm an avid reader of comics to this day, but there's just been a lot that I haven't had a chance to get to. But my friends have told me about it, and believe me, as soon as I finished those first fucking 3 episodes, I read the first volume.
Sure.
So what I have to say is that with shows like Invincible, and like The Boys and like Titans and Doom Patrol and all that, a lot of people would say that a more mature or like grittier maybe style of superhero storytelling is kind of becoming its own genre. My question is, do you guys think that is the case? Like, is it becoming its own genre within the movie genre, or within the superhero storytelling genre? Like, these more grittier, more down to earth stories that Invincible and The Boys and all of them are telling us that we're getting.
Very good question. Do you have any thoughts on that? For yourself, that you want to explore? Or?
Well, in my mind, I mean, gritty action in comic books and in comic book storytelling isn't new. I mean, it's new definitely in telling it for movies and TV shows, but this type of shit has existed in comics for like a very lot. What the fuck?
What you have to do?
What the?
Oh man.
Okay, all right.
He does not look like.
Anyway.
Only Bruce. Only Bruce.
Only Bruce.
Continue, Mr. King.
Yep. Anyways, in my opinion, I think for live action, yeah, it could definitely be considered its own media. But when it comes to grittier storytelling, that shit has existed in the comic books for a long time. It's just now becoming prominent because we're finding people that actually give a damn about these type of stories, telling them with enough passion and enough love that they can get out to a wider audience within the movies and within these streaming services that people can actually care. I've seen the first 2 seasons of The Boys in literally, I'm not going to kid you, 2 days. Yeah, 2 days of that.
It's great, Logan.
I have, of course, as I said, I just saw Invincible, when it premiered. I've seen a lot of this type of storytelling before, so again, it's not new to me, but I am glad that it is becoming prominent. So if you ask me, live action and cartoon wise, yeah, it's definitely its own type of genre.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Great question.
Right. Thank you so much, Jake. And that was actually, y'all are coming strong.
I know, man. Appreciate y'all.
Right, shit. Well, brother, always a pleasure. We thank you. Stick around. Don't go nowhere. And keep the conversation going, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir. That's awesome. Pretty great fucking questions out the gate.
It really is. I mean, what's your immediate thoughts? Like, would you consider it a genre?
So, I sadly think now it is, even though it shouldn't be, because he touched on this. This is the material. These are the characters. But because, again, fuck them damn kids, everything that's honorable to the source, they just completely mess it all up and be all, oh, we got to be sunshine and rainbows and for the kids. So it literally has to become its own subgenre in order for it to be made and truly honored the way it's supposed to be. And that's what's frustrating. So excuse me. So even though it shouldn't be, I believe it wholeheartedly is. And it's dumb.
I mean, for me, I do think that it is becoming something just in the fact of like, I guess it has to be Deadpool. Deadpool is the first movie that a studio said, hey, because we had R-rated movies before with big budgets or big-ish budgets, whatever. Obviously the Blades, things like that. But Deadpool was the first one that they were like, hey, let's go crazy R and see what happens. And basically the studio's going, we don't want to, but let's follow the source material and just see what happens. And it made $1 billion. And they were like, oh, fuck. Like, are you kidding me? And so what they're now seeing is
people love true material to their comic book characters. Who knew?
And just like, hey, people are okay with R-rated, because it used to be superheroes or kids stuff. And now it's like, oh, people are growing up and still liking this. So we can make $1 billion with some R-rated shit. And so, I mean, I do think, something like Invincible where, since something like Robot Chicken, you have an R-rated cartoon type of thing that you're like, oh yeah, like let's go ahead and go that route. So like a company has to say like, yeah, let's do that. And I do think that studios now are looking at it as a moneymaker and as something that people will watch.
Right.
And but also it is if somebody's coming in to do a pitch, unless it's for Disney, because there's no conversation to be had unless it's a Deadpool movie from their mouths, not mine. But if it's any other company and they have some sort of superhero-ish story or pitch, the first question is R-rated or not, and that's going to be the first question in the meeting, because it's like, this is where your budget's going to start depending on what you got for me, and then tell me about it. And I might give you more, might give you less for either one. But I do think that it's that thing where originally R-rated was like, yeah, we're not fucking doing that. Can you make it PG-13? Now it's like, okay, R-rated, tell me why. You know, what do you need for it to be R-rated? Tell me why you want it.
Bitch.
And yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you look at something like Invincible works really well. Obviously, Deadpool. Yeah. I don't know how R-rated in terms of, you know, cursing Suicide Squad is.
Right.
But, you know, comic books have always had some type of, like, you know, action with blood and things like that, you know, many more than others. But you know, you can take interpretations back and forth on those. But yeah, I mean,
brutality and gore, those
right
need to shine and be a part of the thing.
Right. I agree. So it'll be interesting to see how it continues, but I definitely think if we don't want to call it a genre now, I almost think that it's more possible that besides Marvel Studios, most superhero stuff for the next few years will probably have more language, more gore. If anything, it's going to start to take over, because you even get to something like, if you want to go outside of that box, you have things like Game of Thrones, which it's that fantasy, it's sci-fi, and it's, you know, gory. It's people get their throats slit and heads chopped off and shit like that, and people absolutely loved it. So they're also looking at that and saying, okay, people are good with edgier shit.
People are responding to real
yeah
real shit.
So
because there should be no reason for fucking 3+ movies or spin-off a man with fucking blade claws slashing through people don't have an ounce of blood on it.
Correct.
No reason at all.
Right.
So it's just like in Marvel, just stop. Like, that's the one thing that you're doing that's just completely wrong. Just do it for the characters to do it. It's not going to hurt you. You're not going to lose money. You own the world. You're not going to lose money. Like people are still going to go and see it. You're still going to fucking go over $1 billion something each movie you put. Just because rated R doesn't change that. Yeah. It's like, stop. Take the training wheels off. We're 30. Like, come on. Like, we're fine. We're grown now. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine, Mom. Take the diapers off. So it's just like, get it together. But we'll see. It can only hope. One can hope. And if they are if Marvel is gonna do like crazy shit, it's gonna be like TV stuff and put it on Star or something.
And so I was going to bring that
other
up.
than Deadpool.
I did not realize until the date came and went, because I remember the day it was trending on Twitter. I found out that day that Star was not in the US. And I was like, oh, well, fuck me then.
That's true. I have not seen it.
It's not in the US. They want you to have Hulu for that stuff, because you're in the US, because Disney owns Hulu as well. And
so or what happens for the Star exclusive shit?
There is none like that. It's just like,
so what the hell do you want me to have Hulu for if I can't watch the shit you're putting out on Star?
I don't think Star has exclusives.
Not yet.
But I just think that what it was there's countries where Hulu's not available and Disney Plus is. And so they took all their adult content and put it on Star on Disney Plus so that it can be out there. And like, I remember I was like so happy because I don't own Logan in 4K. And I was like, and I own it on Blu-ray, like back whatever year that was, I didn't have 4K Blu-ray player. And so I was like, okay, cool. I'll finally get to watch that in 4K and I'll love it. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait, I don't get fucking Star. I was so excited.
Surprise.
Yeah, because it is a thing. If they wanted to make a Blade series, and have it be on Disney Plus on Star, and have the budget that I've seen WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier have, I would be down for that if they say we're going to go R.
But they're not. They're going PG-13.
But I do still think you can do a lot of things with PG-13. But
no.
But you gotta think about the line that they're treading, because in today's age,
what line
of somebody going, "Hey, why can't a black superhero be on the big screen?" And then they're like, "Oh, well, he's R-rated." It's like, we don't care. Put him on the big screen. And so they're trying to be respectful of all that, because also I do think that Blade is a big enough character to be on the big screen. But as a business, I could see them going, let's put it on Star, because can you imagine the people that aren't on Disney Plus? You offer them a very R-rated show. All of a sudden, they've got Disney Plus, and their kids are watching Frozen during the day, and then they're watching Blade at night. Like you sold more, so I could see it. But guess what? We don't fucking get Star, so fuck us.
Okay, listen.
It's ridiculous.
I won't be happy with it, but I'll be a little more at ease if you give us this whack ass PG-13 Blade movie, but then give us a show in its true nature, rated R and shit on Disney Plus, whatever. Then I'll be fine. I'll be like, okay, whatever. I just watched the show, and I'll just erase that movie from my existence. But that's the only way I see satisfaction in that, because you're already just doing Blade a disservice already. So we're off to a great start. But it's whatever, I guess. I don't know. But it's gonna be our last call. I see a few new people just came in, racking up and watching the show. Thank you. Welcome. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button. Join us here live every week. Just put in the last link for the chat before we come in to hang out with you guys for a few minutes and go through the comment section. So anything you want to ask or say or comment on, start writing it in now, and we'll get to talking. For sure. They've been successful without R-rated besides Deadpool. Yes, I know that's not the point, squad.
Well, because that's what I was gonna say is, like, even though you are correct, but also the quality of the movie was much better. But like when you bring up Wolverine, he have literally indestructible, insanely sharp claws that should shred people. Like, I honestly was wishing that we would one day get a shot of him cutting someone from shoulder down to his hip, just cut someone into in half.
That would be amazing.
And because that is what would happen if adamantium touches.
It happens in the comics,
right? And so, but I will also admit, in the previous movies, I didn't necessarily miss the blood. I didn't realize I was missing it. When I got Logan, I was like, oh shit, this is awesome. But also, Logan is the best movie they ever did. So that helps.
Especially in X2. In the invasion scene, I was like, this could be so much fucking better if it was realistic.
Well, the flashback scenes when he's covered in blood and you're like, oh shit. Like, it was
that's
real.
The most blood we got. Right.
Yeah, it was real and you felt that. And but I will say, you're when you're watching those movies, he's cutting people straight on and you're like, oh, I'm not missing the blood because you're just in it. But so I do think that there are things with Blade and other things that you can do, but it doesn't help the story. Like watching the Wolverine, they had the theatrical cut and then they added CG blood for the DVD.
So much better. I
didn't care for it. It was the same movie, so I wasn't missing a whole lot. It was just a bunch of CGI blood.
It's more entertaining. It's more impactful when blood happens, when real life shit happens, as opposed to someone get stabbed. It's just like, oh, that's cool. But someone gets stabbed blood, because I was like, oh shit, it's so much better.
It's really not, but
yes, it is,
because the actors.
You mean to tell me Logan would have been
Logan
not
is
have been
a
effective if
movie.
Did that? No, don't you do that. It's about blood and no blood. So if it had no blood on there, you're gonna tell me
that's why I was saying that Logan is a tough example, because it's also the best movie they ever made in the X-Men franchise. So yes, having the blood helped, but also they went into the story was R-rated in itself. So they allowed so that's why they were like, let's go R-rated. But if they needed to tell a story and it was PG-13, it would have still been just as enjoyable, I think, because we enjoy the characters. It would have been well told story. So yeah, I mean that's what I mean is like, did we get a cool shot? Did we get a cool shot of Wolverine stabbing a guy through the head and it coming out the top? Yes, it was fucking awesome. But could he have stabbed the guy in the heart? Yes, and it could have looked like the other ones.
That would have been cool, right? And I would have been upset. That still would have been like, what the fuck?
The fact that you're such a diehard Snyder person and then you talk like this, like you're so like, this has to be perfect just like the comics, and then it's like Batman kills and that's okay.
No, that's not the same fucking thing.
It is the same thing.
Nowhere near. You're comparing I want to see blood to a creative choice someone does about a character. I just want to see. That has nothing to do with a story. If you stab somebody in the leg, you're going to bleed. That has nothing to do with story. Has nothing to do with character. Has nothing to do with any of that.
Right.
If I stab you right now, you're gonna bleed.
That's my point. Story or fucking blood, John.
I don't listen. I'm not talking about story. Goddammit.
That's why you love the Snyderverse and Fast and Furious, and I love good fucking movies.
No, I love both. I'm not a snob ass.
It's not being. It's called having expectations and fucking. I mean, my God.
Some movies are damn near fucking horrible. Some are great, but some just want to acknowledge because it's not fucking 5 hours of talk. It's just know what it is. It's fun. It's entertaining.
But you can't take a bad movie. You can't take a bad movie, add blood, and make it good.
No, of course not. That's not my argument at all.
So that's what I'm saying. Is blood does not
care
add
about this right now
to the story.
No, but it makes it a lot more entertaining to watch because, like, if you stab the motherfucker, you're gonna bleed, not just be like, ah. Like,
okay, nobody ever did that. Nobody ever did that. But
point is, fucking story, all that shit. Fuck that. That's my argument. I get all that, and I'm not gonna argue that. I'm just saying, if you stab a motherfucker, you're going to bleed. You're not going to sit there and just be like,
that is correct. And what
it's more entertaining that way.
Is that if I am running a billions and billions of dollar company and I think that I could make more money by stabbing someone through the shoulder and not having blood pour out.
Yeah, I know, because kids got to sleep at night. Yeah, I know.
Well, and also because kids got to see the movie.
No, they don't. Go watch Barney.
No, their ticket is the same as yours. So if you can bring your kids, you're doubling the fucking box office. So that's what they're looking at. And so and that's why I mean I think that
corporations sacrificing everything for
it literally is that, because it's same thing why Warner Brothers will not go with Snyder's, because he needs at least a $200 million budget to make a movie. And if they're like, that's terrifying. And so, I mean, because it's like, oh God, that's a big one. And then, so you look at, if you look at somebody and say, hey, can we tell a good story for low cost and, it still be enjoyable? Like, a Deadpool movie should never be PG-13, period. But if you need Deadpool to be in an Avengers movie, it does not need to be R-rated.
Oh, of course not, because he's complimentary, right?
And I think, and same thing with Blade. I think that they are, I think they could do Blade R-rated and it would be fucking awesome. But if they're trying to bring Blade into Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, like all those things, they might say, let's make a decision now, keep them PG-13 so that we can have a fucking team up movie with Blade and people won't be pissed that they're missing out on cool shit. And I understand that from a franchise scenario, even though obviously we saw King Shark rip a guy in half and his fucking guts were across the whole frame. It was insanely awesome.
Sorry, Nana.
Okay. Did you see Wonder Woman 84? But anyway,
she ripped in half in there.
That's my point. She did not. Oh. It was fucking love is the key. That's my point. So, and you're saying DC is not pussy. It's like, okay, but
well, they're manly enough to do it, and do it.
They're doing Deadpool. That's the thing. I mean,
well, yeah, that's one. I'll take it. Just honor the rest of your characters. That's it.
Okay.
And you can do the team up and make them PG-13 and be all blobby and share roses and shit after.
You would be pissed.
How?
If they made a Blade movie that's super R-rated and then they brought him into something else. He was one of the main characters of the team up, and his action was completely different. You would be like, I'm missing out on all that. You would do that.
No,
I would do that.
That's a team up on Avengers and all that. They don't do that. I have my thing for Blade, and when they make another one after Avengers, it'll be the same thing of what we get. But like you said with Deadpool, he goes off somewhere else. He still says a few shits or whatever and jumps or whatever, cool, whatever. And that's it. Be perfectly fine. Because guess what? I'm going to go back and get that shit when this movie comes out. And I'll be all happy again.
See, and I think that Deadpool somehow is the perfect scenario because I don't think like I will miss out on Deadpool's action because I think that they could do something hilarious if they brought him into Avengers movie where like he's going up to a guy with his katana and right before he's about to touch him, it cuts away from him. And he comes back and like the guy's in half, but like there's completely like the blood is like out of frame and he's like lower. And they're like, like no, and like they can do that. Whereas with Blade, you can't do that. Like he's just a character, and because what is the team up? Like the team is escaping me, but it's the team with him, Doctor Strange. I think Reed Richards is even in it. I can't remember what the team is called.
The Illuminati.
Illuminati, and they have said that is probably going to happen. Like it's been a thing that they've been trying to do. So if they're looking at that. But if they're looking at that and saying we need this guy to be a main character running around with Doctor Strange, let's not immediately handicap that movie by taking his cool action away. Let's figure out a way to make it cool and give it to him. So I see their point, and I mean I see your point too. But I do understand making money, and guess what? Zack Snyder does not make money. That's why they're not going to continue him. And so you're looking at Blade. I
mean, that's not true. Everybody makes money. They're just not making enough that they want.
You would think that, but
because I'll take over $100 million. I mean, any damn day.
Not when it's the biggest 3 superheroes of all time, and the budget was $300 million. That movie only made $500 million. That's not enough.
Well, no.
So I mean, that's what I mean. Is so they're looking at the graphs and saying, here's what an R-rated Blade would make, and here's what a PG-13 Blade would make. Makes more sense for PG-13. That's what they're doing. And would I want to watch an R-rated one? Yes, I want to watch everything R-rated that deserves to be R-rated. But I see their point because I also want it to be on Disney Plus later on because I already pay for that shit. I don't have to buy any of these movies anymore. I've already got them. So that's where I'm at.
I guess. Whatever.
But I want you to understand, I am on your side still. Because, of course, I want to see it R-rated. But also, the way that you're like, I fucking hate it if it's PG-13. That's where I'm like, hey, man.
I don't hate it. It's just greatly fucking disappointing.
But it shouldn't be.
It's stupid.
It shouldn't be. Because they're going to bring Wolverine back, and he's going to be in the X-Men, and that is going to be PG-13. So, just get ready.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. What y'all talking about? We were just talking about R-rated and
talking about Blade and
what
you call it, yeah.
Right, absolutely.
I'm also looking at a picture of Blade on my Twitter feed right now. So,
is a way to replace the recent Star Wars with something good.
The Last Jedi.
Right, The Last Jedi. Take that. Just make more of those. Continue that story. You'll be great. You'll be right on track. And also, welcome, Why Shadow. You're seeing your name before.
Better follow over there on Twitch, buddy.
Right. Get the following, bruh. Let's see. We'll take a few in the chat here, see what we have, and then we'll call it a show.
I did see something on Twitter that was like, what is a sequel that like you wish to God you could throw away? And it was so overwhelmingly The Rise of Skywalker. And it just makes me sad that we actually have to deal with that movie. Like,
yeah, no.
Because for those of you in the chat that don't understand, John and I both are diehard Last Jedi people,
yes.
Which is hilarious.
Absolutely.
Because apparently that movie is such a giant like separator in fandom. Right. And him and I are like on the same page of like, it is literally amazing. So,
oh yeah. Just because some people just don't know. I'm not going to open that up. Okay.
So look at Squad's thing. He wants to see some blood in Star Wars. The lightsaber does damage. That's the whole thing with lightsabers. But
that wouldn't be any blood with a lightsaber, though.
They immediately cauterize it, and there's no blood because it's, and so they thought of that.
They can do that, right?
And also,
People's heads get cut off.
I don't need that. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Yeah. So it's like they cauterize it. The minute that touches you, it's like, oh, it's done.
Yeah. That's a good point. I like what Lee said there. It's a good way to end it. A good story is a good story. Doesn't matter what the rating is. Our rating can be the cherry on top. That's exactly how I feel.
Right. Everybody loves cherries. If you give me a sundae without a cherry, bitch, we fighting.
You're not wrong. If somebody gives me a sundae and I'm missing the cherry, I ask them for the cherry.
Right, exactly. So see, right.
You're not wrong there.
I mean, Clone Wars, you have Maul killing kids. Oh, I've not seen that, but that's my boy. That's how you know shit is real.
How far along are you in Are you watching Clone Wars? Didn't you say you're watching Clone Wars?
I was. I only saw 2 episodes. But I'm catching back.
Okay, so no.
No. I'm catching back.
Here's what I'll tell. I have not seen Clone Wars from the beginning. I've just seen kind of like good stories throughout. But I can't wait for you to eventually get to Maul in Clone Wars because he's in my top 3 favorite characters of all time in Star Wars.
Oh, he's number 1 for me.
Like he is the fucking shit. I love I love his character, so I can't wait for you to get into that shit because it's awesome.
Yeah, I hear, and people in the chat telling me it's good. Get on it. Yeah.
The final season of Clone Wars is, oh god, I need to rewatch it. Jesus,
so nerds good. Everywhere cry. So that's all.
So good.
But yeah, I don't know, and he aggravates me, bro. And said the other way, I can't aggravate anybody.
We need to stare into each other's eyes. I like this.
Right. Get close, Logan. Get close.
Oh my god, that was so fucking funny.
That was.
It's like real close. That's what you wanted, right? Oh my god.
The pointy head makes Cap by horny. What? Guy, not bad. Okay, so the pointy head makes Cap guy horny, as in his horns. Am I Cap guy?
I'm confused.
I'm confused too. Are you saying my penile gets excited over Darth Maul? Is that what you're insinuating?
Oh, okay. You
would be right. You would be right. But I just don't know if that's what you're talking about here.
I was very confused.
I was too. I was very confused. I tried to play along, but then I think I finally got it. My brain kicked in. Doesn't do that much.
Mine was out.
I guess that's what he's talked about. As a bi guy, I think Maul's hot. Oh, well, there you go. Well, as another one that I don't know how to answer that.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I just think he's a good character.
He's hot.
I don't know if I'd want that
once in a while. I just can't say if but listen, whatever floats your boat, whatever you're into, brother. Yeah,
whatever you like, I'm on your side.
Right, exactly. It's also 4 a.m. in Germany. Oh, so you're tired.
I just don't know if Maul is down for any sexual anything. I think he just wants to murder you.
Well, now he can't. I don't know what he'd use anymore, but there's nothing below the waist.
That's sadly. Correct. That is correct. Good sir.
What am I hearing? I don't know. But all right, I think it's a yes. I know Mortal Kombat got delayed. Don't get me started.
So weird.
They want more push for Godzilla, more time for that, and they want more theater presence for them, so it doesn't run so closely. They want a space between Godzilla vs. Kong.
What is the international release date for Mortal Kombat? Is that also the same? Like they just pushed that back?
I'm not sure. I didn't read too much into it. I just know it's the 26th now instead of the 16th.
You realize like everywhere else has already seen Godzilla vs. Kong. They got it last week.
Yeah.
And I call
over $100 million. So
I call fucking bullshit on that. So like, as long as everybody gets it at once, because I'm having to have everything, muted to where I don't see anything because I don't want spoilers.
Right.
So I don't know.
I know. That's one movie I will be completely okay if a winner gets spoiled for me, because then I know if I'm going in happy or bad. It's gonna spare me the anger, or I'll just be happy anyway, whichever one happens. But
Man, I can't believe I'm gonna find out if you're gonna be so mad, but I can't say anything.
You can't.
But I'm gonna find out tomorrow if you're gonna be absolutely furious or not. I definitely think Godzilla's winning.
Well, guys, make sure you come back Tuesday.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be very crazy. You're either going to see in just unmatched rage from me in this show, or the happiest of happy you've ever seen. If you don't want to be happy, you just want to see complete rage that will just be like fucking unfathomable, then you better hope Kong wins. But if not, all happy, joy.
The fact that they came out and said there's definitely a winner, it's Godzilla. Has to be.
I don't know.
There's even a thing.
It's a heart or whatever the fuck.
You
all over.
You gotta. He's connected to the human story. That's why they say that.
I know.
But
listen, Godzilla and all the movies care about the humans so much. So
I think it's possible, John, that because we know that Mechagodzilla is in the movie.
Lee, get off my stream.
Whatever. But I think it's quite possible because we've been looking at the size differences and stuff that Godzilla is forcibly like sleeping because of the humans while they're doing this pretend thing. And everybody kind of forgets the size thing. And then real Godzilla comes out and he's double the fucking size of Kong. And then they're just like, okay,
that's
obviously he would. No, that's correct. That's correct. Because the size, like I was looking at like framing and stuff, and it's like it's already so off. I feel like they have massively shrunk Godzilla.
Massively.
So if they wanted to have him come out and be the obvious, like, oh, this isn't even a fight,
that would be so bad.
Well, no, like if they didn't have them fight, then I would be down for that. Because it would be like, oh, like he's just bigger. Okay, that's fine.
Right. Kong just sits there like, oh shit.
And no, I will not be okay with Kong ever kneeling.
Oh, I would kiss the toes, bitch.
Can you imagine if they had Godzilla bow?
When I tell you, I'll probably be on World Star somewhere, or like TMZ or some shit, or like on Twitter, like
for throwing your drink at the screen.
Bro, I would cause so much hell. Black man gets kicked out of the movie theater for destroying fucking.
Oh, good point. Okay, Kenny King over there. Zack Snyder for a Dragon Ball Z movie.
Did you put this up? Did you say this?
Yeah, because remember last week we didn't want to say it for some reasons, and so I would be down as fuck for this. I think that Zack Snyder would absolutely work for a Dragon Ball Z movie. I don't know if he has any idea about Dragon Ball Z. It's quite possible he doesn't.
Sure, if he doesn't whitewash it, sure.
That's a good point. But the over-the-top action and acting would be, oh my god, can you imagine a live-action Zack Snyder Kamehameha?
Oh my god. That would be in a slow motion. Oh my god.
Yeah, we can have all the fucking slow motion that you want.
Slow motion, Goku's hair starting to like,
and he's just sitting there going, ah!
Right, his eyes like, oh my god, Zach, do it.
Right, that's what
just
I mean.
Don't whitewash, but do it.
So
God.
So Kenny King over there, that's my boy Devin.
Holy hell! I know people would be upset anyway if he got it because it's a white man directing Asian media, which I understand. I'll never fight you on that. But if you want to pick a white man to do it,
he's a good choice for it.
He's a really good choice for it. Absolutely,
I'm with you.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a great idea. I think it would be awesome.
That would be a really good idea. Yeah, and like you said, and scaling too. Absolutely, sweet Jesus, that'll be a beautiful ass movie. Like imagine just seeing fucking damn, what's Planet Namek on fire with Goku and Frieza chilling in the air where everything's burning.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, fucking like Vegeta is made for Zack Snyder.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just like.
Oh yeah, that would be. Oh my god, Kakarot. Oh,
yeah, it's fucking awesome. So,
wow. But I want to have a bright yellow hair, of course. If they're going by story, you probably won't be saying to like the end, but that'll still be like.
See, but yeah, can you? I don't know who owns film rights for Dragon Ball, but like, can you imagine if they were like we're bringing Zack Snyder on. He's making 7 movies. Like, just announce it. You know, like, we're gonna do like from the show, we're doing every single saga as a movie, and just fucking go at it. And like, it's Zack Snyder. He's doing every single one of them. We've got all the scripts. He's been writing them. You know, whatever. And like,
no, don't write it.
You know what I mean.
Don't write it. Don't write it.
Well, and you're asking what saga I want. I want everyone. I mean, I think
start from Frieza and move on. Don't worry about Dragon Ball. Start from Frieza.
No, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, start at Dragon Ball Z.
Start at the Frieza saga and work up.
Yeah,
that's it. That's set. Do your little end credit scenes and all that. Have people pop up and set up future shit. Do an Avengers with it. Do an Avengers style. Set the whole bitch up and make grand. Just do it. Oh god, that would be amazing. Oh god. But all right, guys, I think this is going to be a great spot to end it because it was a great show. Right, very fun show. The last 20-minute hangout, you guys really brought some really good shit, and you guys gave us really good questions today. Thank you for that.
They really did, yeah.
Really good, guys. So if you're watching us on playback, thank you for joining us. Consider, not even consider, subscribe to the channel, guys. It really means a lot. Really helps the channel grow. That's the easiest way to support us here if you like what we're doing, as well as sharing. Hit that thumbs up and hit that notification bell to be reminded when we go live. And there's any other content here on the channel, as well as to see me kick some wholesale ass on the First Class League. We will be doing updates on that, so be sure.
Do you have a first match date or anything that you're allowed to say? Or
not entirely sure.
Okay, let's keep it quiet.
So, yes, just be on the lookout, people.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Be on the lookout. Make sure you check back here and follow my social media posted in the description box below for more details and announcements, as well as Logan's channel, Logan Swish. He will be in the description box below, so make sure you go show support to him. Do you have anything coming up, brother, you want to plug?
I'm contemplating. We'll see tomorrow if I'm going to do a Godzilla vs. Kong review. Okay. Could be fun. I could see that being pretty fun. We'll just see. I think my expectations are perfect for this movie. Like, I'm expecting Fast and Furious with Kong and Godzilla, and I'm fucking ready for it. So I'm excited. And then obviously Falcon the Winter Soldier. This show is so good. So let's fucking go. And Invincible, guys.
Got a new show because I was so pissed off. I was so happy today. I was like, "Ooh, after filming, I'm gonna watch Superman and Lois," and they're on a fucking.
I heard about that
break. Like,
yeah.
Jesus.
How long's the break?
They come back May 18th.
Damn.
Right.
A month and a half.
I was pissed.
Jeez.
But yeah. Anyway, guys.
Maybe I'll catch up. I don't know.
You should. That's it. That's the next episode of Film Cave Live. You know where to find us. Check that out. We just did all of our plugging. It's your boy, Knight.
And I am Logan.
We'll see y'all in the cave.
Later, guys.